Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. Got some words of hope for you. But first, we're going to start with, just maybe a little negative thing here. So when you want some hope, where do you go? If you're like me, you watch the evening news. Or maybe you don't. I mean, it's nice that they try to get like 90 seconds or 45 seconds of some feel-good story. But sometimes it's just ridiculous. There's so much other horrific news that's happening. So many things that we just don't seem to have the answers for. So I saw something on the news this week, and the commentators afterwards, they said, what does this mean? And one of them said, it's clearly the apocalypse. So in San Francisco, anchovies. It's been raining anchovies. Now, I don't really like anchovies. I've just discovered green olives. The last couple of years, I love green olives on pizza now. They're sort of a vegetarian anchovy without the fishy taste. But they bring a little extra saltiness and, I really like green olives. But anchovies, no. Don't eat those things. But literally, in San Francisco, they're like falling out of the sky. They're on top of buildings. People are walking down the street and they almost get hit by them. So the theory is that there's just like an overflow of anchovies. So birds are just feasting on these things, and they're probably scooping up two, and then they drop one somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it is the end of the world. But we see so many different things in our society. I mean, I don't want to make a list right now, but I mean, you got inflation, you got gas prices, you've got all sorts of economic things. Beyond that, there's such violence, and there's so many people that are at other people's throats in our culture and other places around the world. There's so many, there's what's happening in Ukraine right now. So there's so many things like that. So we ask the question, what's the world coming to? Well, Max Lucado asks that question in his book called God's Story, Your Story. What's the world coming to? A great day. And here's what it says in the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 3. I heard a loud shout from the throne saying, look, God's home is now among his people. He will live with them, and they will be his people. God himself will be with them. God's bringing it to a great day where he's going to bring the final curtain down, and that's going to be the reality. But I was thinking about this verse, and it says that he will be with them. Jesus said, I'll be with you to the end of the age. He's with us right now. And when we pause and we realize that if we've invited Christ into our life, he dwells within us, and that's awesome. But I think beyond that, I want to read the next verse. He's going to be all around us, and all the things, all the negative stuff on the news. If there's a news broadcast in heaven, there won't be any bad news. I'm going to read the next verse. It says this, he will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and there will be no more death or sorrow or crying or pain. All these things are gone forever. Man, that's good news. So when God's kingdom comes, it's not just that we've got God now. We don't see him in his fullness. We don't experience him in his fullness because of the limitations of just being a human being. But he's going to be with us in a powerful way. And all of the negative stuff, it's not even going to be there. Think of all the things on the news. They won't be there. There won't be raining anchovies either, I don't believe, because it doesn't say it here. I think if it was going to be here, it would say it. Think about this, but do remember Jesus said, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. And then he's going to eliminate all of the negative stuff and continue to be with us, and we will be with him in his Father's house forever. God bless you. Have a great day.